If you have played this game once, you will never forget this blossom of adventure. Medieval ages, chivalry, knights, cavalry. Later you will be able to build factories, industrialization, railroads. Addition to that, in the last era you will be given by mechs, modern armors, satellites and so on. And of course I'm talking about a marvelous and adorable game, Sid Meier's Civilization 3. It seems to me it was the first game on my computer, and must confess I really like it. It seems to me many mechanics of that game were just adorable, and they should have been in the new game Civilization 7. Alright, let's take a look on map description. Our world size is going to be huge, continent 60% water. What about barbarians? They're going to be roaming, climate normal, temperature normal. 5 billion years. I strongly recommend you to use 5 billion years map, because in 3 or 4 billion years sometimes there are a lot of mountains and sometimes mountains gorges everywhere and you just can't build your cities. Alright, let's take a look on the description of a nation. I consider Iroquois as one of the strongest nations in the game. They are commercial and agricultural, and agricultural civilization are the strongest in that game in my perception, because they have more food in the start. We will take a look on these opportunities a little bit later, but for now I want you to remember that agricultural civilization is a really powerful bonus. What about our rivals? I would like to see in a game England and Germany every time. Since my first campaign in that game, I think I was playing for Germany versus England, France and America. Alright, what about our settings? We would like domination and space victory. Domination means we need to eliminate the map, I really like it. Cultural link at start means what civilization from our region will be probably near us. It means what, for example, if you're Iroquois, America will be closer. Alright, let's go. What else? Our cultural conversion. It means what if your cities produce more culture, maybe cities of your neighbor, of your rival maybe. They can be converted to you, they can start a revolt and join your civilization. It's quite interesting. Addition to it, we would like to allow scientific leaders. It means that every time you discover a new technology, you can be given by a scientific leader which can enhance your science, or addition to that, you can just hurry up one wonder for one turn. Quite interesting. Difficulty level is going to be region, because in Mora and Third computers have so many bonuses, and in duty and sit I think it's just impossible. Okay, it's possible, but you're going to suffer almost all the game. Alright, everything is ready. I think we can start our magnificent campaign. I guess I should confess that I like our starting position. Look, we have cattle near a river, that's why we are going to build the irrigation right now. Why irrigation? Because irrigation in the beginning gives you more food from the tiles. Look. More food means that you will be able to build more workers and more settlers. And Civilization 3 is the game where you need to build a lot of cities. The more city you have, the more powerful you are. That's why we are going to build more and more cities. And addition to that, let's take a look on the advantages and features of our civilization. First of all, we are agricultural civilization. It means that every central tile of our cities produces one more food. It's a really crucial advantage in the beginning. It means that you will be able to build settlers faster. Because every settler reduces the amount of citizens in your city on 2. That's why growth of your city is very important. Addition to that, we'll be able to build aqueducts. Let's take a look. I think it's construction, yes, in construction. 2 times more cheaper. So all civilizations spend 100 shields and we are going to spend only 50. It's a strong opportunity. In addition to that, in the last era in recycling technology, we'll be able to build a recycling center for half price. So only for 100 shields. What else? Additional to that, we are a commercial civilization. It means that corruption in our empire will be reduced. What does it mean? It means that, for example, if we build several cities far away from our capital, which contains a palace, this is our palace now, production in that cities will be reduced, so you won't be obtain any shields and you won't be able to build something. Your production will be only 1 shield. That's why commercial civilization, they can expand faster. Because all the cities around capital, even in 3 cities, 4 cities far away, they will produce something. That's why I consider Iroquois one of the strongest civilizations in the game. Alright, let's take a look on our nearest plan. First of all, we need to build a warrior to discover territory around. After that, we are going to build a settler to found a second city, and our third goal is granary, because granary reduces amount of food you need to grow your city. On 50%, it means that our city will grow faster and we'll be able to build more settlers. Alright, our strategy has been found, and one moment. We need to rename Salamanca. Of course, it's going to be Laura, our preferable name. Alright, everything is ready. Let's start our endless campaign. After a while, we were able to build several cities. Look at it. Now we have two luxury resources, wine near Mount Chang, and this is really important, we have ivory near our third city, Grand River. What does it mean, ivory? Let me show. On mathematics you can build a great wonder, starter of Zeus. It means that every 5 turns it will be produced ancient cavalry. Look at these stats, 3 attack, 2 defense, 2 movement. Our unique unit is not so strong, let's talk about it. In horseback riding we have one of the strongest unique unit in the game, mounted warrior. It has 3 attack except of 2 attack in the common horseman, and it has similar price. Addition to that, it's a mobile unit, movement 2. Movement 2 means what during the battle. If for example our mounted warrior has a combat or engagement with our unit, which doesn't have movement 2, so for example it's archer or something like that, our unit can retreat if it loses the battle. So this is a crucial advantage. Now our goal is to figure out where is our horses and build cities near them. After that we will be able to build the strong units. Addition to that, I want to give you one advice. Don't try to build cities around your capital. Try to move on one direction, and for example now it looks like we're able to cut off Aztecs from all the territories where they would be. I want to show you one dirty trick. Look, the Aztec Empire wants to send his settler to build a city there. What should we do? We can just easily block that units by our units. You can use any unit, you can use warrior, you can use workers, you can use everything you need. Because in that game, it is prohibited to stay on one tile for units for different civilizations. That's why we are going to put this unit here. So now they can stay here. Additional to that, let's put this warrior here and this warrior here. That's why now they can stay, for example, here, but next turn we'll just put here a unit and they won't be able to pass anyway. Here, while we are blocking the units, we will be able to send our settlers and put the cities where we would like to. We have good news. First of all, our wall versus Aztec Empire is ready. Look at it. Everything is covered, so that's why now they can pass through that wall and settle their cities. In addition to that, finally, we have found horses, and we need that strategic resources for our magnificent mounted warrior. So that's why we are going to settle here a city. We are about to research the Republic technology. What does it mean? It means what we will be given by new government, Republic. What's a coincidence? And we need to change our current government to Republic, because first of all, Republic reduces corruption rapidly. Second of all, Republic allows us to pay citizens to hurry up production for gold. You can start building a settler, one turn, after that you can pay and it will be ready. Addition to that, one of the most important things is that maintenance of our unit will be increased on 1. Now every unit will cost 2 gold except only 1. It means that we need to change our economy policy. We cannot afford anymore a lot of small cities, which are building settlers and workers, because every settler and worker will cost us 2 gold. We need to grow up our cities, we need to improve them. Now we have commerce limit. Every our tile produces only 1 commerce. With Republic, we don't have that limit. So that's why we need to grow up our cities, we need to change our economy policy. In addition to that, we are going to start building our unique units. Look at it. Almost everything is ready. We need to settle a city right here, and after that, horses will be connected with our capital. This is really important fact. Your strategic resources needs to be connected to your capital. It will give you opportunity to build units in every city. In addition to that, I'm strongly recommending you to build barracks in the cities where you're going to build your army, because barracks allow you to hire veteran units. It means that every unit will have 4 points of health, except only 3. Let's finish the turn first and we will be able to start changing our government. Okay, sounds good, the Republic has been researched. Now we can change our government, of course, let the revolt begins. Now we are in a period of anarchy, when our cities, they won't produce anything. Look at it. We can't produce anything during this period, and the duration of a period, let's take a look, 5 turns. 5 turns is not so bad, sometimes I have 6 or even 8 turns. In addition to that, I want to mention what we have, long anarchy. 5 to 8 turns, because we are not a religious nation. Religious nations, they don't have anarchy period, it won't take only 1 turn. This is a very strong advantage. Our government has been changed and now we have a tiny issue with our income. First of all, we have 2 scales. We can spend our money, our income for research, and we can spend our income for happiness. And I'm strongly recommending you to spend for the happiness of your citizens as a minimum 20%. For example, look at Niagara Falls. In this case, we will have 3 happy laborers and 1 content. It means that Niagara Falls can grow on 2 citizens minimum, because the amount of content and happy must be bigger than amount of unhappy. Let's remove it. To unhappy and to happy. A new worker, a new laborer, will be an artist because it won't working on tiles. And it won't give us money, so that's why we are going to spend 20% on happiness of our citizens, and additional to that, of course, we need to reduce our spendings on science. Let's do it. I think it's going to be something like 20%. Okay, 20%. Let's take a look on the productivity. Just look at it. Now we obtain 1 more gold from every title, especially near a river. That's why we are going to finish building all settles, which are being built right now. And after that, we'll grow up our city, we'll build temples. Let's take a look on the intermediate results of our reforms. First of all, we increased our income. Now it's refunded further. Addition to that, now we can build our magnificent units in our capital. And also, I'm strongly recommending you to have strong garrison units in the border of the most aggressive civilization. In our case, the most aggressive civilization is the Aztec Empire. Also, I want to mention that there is one really important building in that game. Courthouse. Courthouse reduces corruption in our cities. If you have courthouses in all your cities, your corruption will be dramatically reduced. That's why I'm strongly recommending you to build in every city, as a minimum, temple and courthouse. Our economic reforms are giving result. Look, we have much more income at 450. Addition to that, our income is first time is positive. We started building libraries. We have a small army to protect our posh tales, so it looks like our perspective is really fine. Let's continue improving our cities. Let's continue colonizing, and now we have one dirty trick again. Of course, we have always dirty tricks. First of all, we need to connect with our capital to luxury resources, dyes and silks. They will increase happiness of our cities. In that case, we will reduce our spendings on happiness on 10% and we will increase our spendings on science. And now we're going to discuss one more dirty trick. Look, we now have silk, luxury resource, but it belonged to Rusikat. Rusikat was the city of the Carthaginian Empire. What did we do? We just built the city New Mount Chunk right in the face of Rusikat. When we bought here a temple, and due to our cultural influence, Rusikat decided to join our empire. Due to cultural convention. Congratulations and welcome to the Iroquois Empire. And one more trick. This is a really important micromanagement I want to show you. I prepared here a laboratory. 2 workers were working on the irrigation in plants, but 1 worker is working near the river and another worker is working just in the plants. Look at it. Near the river you will obtain 1 more gold, and this gold increases your spendings on science. So that's why I'm strongly recommending you. But most of your workers, in the ideal situation, all of your workers, they have to work near a river. It will give you much more income. And just imagine, we are talking about 1 city. Just scaled for the whole empire and you can figure out what your income is going to be much bigger. We have achieved the medieval ages. Now this is going to be the age of knights, pikemen and universities. Outstanding. Let's pick up our first technology, and our first technology without a shadow of a doubt is going to be feudalism. First of all, it gives us opportunity to build a pikeman. This is a stone defensive unit. Addition to that, this is just astounding wonder. Sun Tzu Art of War gives barracks in every city on the same continent. And now we are living in one huge continent so fast. It means that it will give us a barrack building in every city. And let's take a look on our empire. Now we are growing up our city. Our magnificent capital is almost achieved the maximum population. The maximum population is 12. Until the next age. In the next age, industrial age, in the technology sanitation, we will be able to build hospitals, which allow us to grow more than population 12. Let's take a look on our income. 600, it's not so bad, And we have a tiny army of mounted warriors to protect our posh tales from some naughty boys, especially Aztecs. Of course, we are going to increase that amount, but first of all, we are going to build marketplaces and libraries in our cities. Also, I want to describe one very important thing. Look, all the units in the game, they are staying in the lines of updates. So, for example, we have been building a lot of spearmen. Why? I'll show you why. Let's take a look on Civilopedia. Spearman. The unit can be updated by god to pikeman, musketmen, riflemen, infantry, mech infantry in the last age. So it's always worth to build these units, defensive units, because then later in the late game you can update them for money for much more powerful units. That's why we are not going to build a lot of warriors and their updates, for example swordsman. It's not a mobile unit. Second of all, look at these updates. Guerrilla tow infantry. Okay, tow infantry, their stats are not so bad, but come on, movement 1, so it's not a mobile unit and it's going to be in the last era. No, please no. And one more thing. Our mounted warriors, they can be updated to knights. And we will achieve it soon. And into cavalry. Of course cavalry. You can't update it to any other unit, but look. Movement 3, attack 6, what else do we need? That's why our goal now is to build cheap mounted warriors, because mounted warriors will cost only 30 shield. And when updated for gold for knights, 70 shield. And soon we will be able to obtain that units in chivalry. This is our first goal for that age, as I told you. This is going to be the age of chivalry and knights. So I would like you to keep in mind what it is always worth to build defensive units. You can easily update them. And I think you should skip building a lot of warriors, swordsmen and so on. In my perception, it's not worth to build them. You need mobile units, your army must be mobile. Because mobile army has crucial advantage. First of all, it can be redeployed easily. Second of all, these units, they can retreat from a battle they lose. If our unit of course isn't a mobile unit. And as we well know, until the last age, all defensive units, look at it, until the last age, all units were not mobile, movement 1, even infantry movement 1. In the last age in computers technology, everybody will obtain mobile defensive unit. In the last age, come on. You can use knights and their updates to cavalry to push so many posh tales before they will achieve their defensive units. It seems to me they have already started a new age. It means that we should finish that series. See you soon in Tactical Imperative!